Hi everyone, this is part 5 video on ReactJS authentication with JWT access token and refresh token, and it is the last video. Now our main focus is to protect the routes. Why we have to protect the routes? If you see here I am in authentication state. You can see my email and favorite movies, menu items are visible. That means I am authenticated state. So now if I try to access the login page, see, instead of I am authenticated, I am able to access the login page. Okay. Same way, if I try to access this favorite movies component when I log out from this page, then also I am able to access the favorite movies page because there is no protection we have added to protect our pages based on our authentication. Okay. So let's implement the protected routes. Okay. So to implement the protected route, we will create a component where we can extend our routes. Okay. So for that, let's go to my shared set of the component and create a new component like protected routes. Okay. .js. So this is our protected route. Okay. First thing is it's going to read. I am destructuring the props. Okay. So children. So this children is nothing but the component I want to load for the route. Okay. When we complete entire logic, you can understand. Okay. So the thing like this is a page component we want to render. Okay. Next, I will have one more additional property. This is my custom property. Okay. I will name it like access by. Okay. So first, I want to fetch the user information using the use context. Okay. So use context and our context is auth context, right? Okay, let me import the namespace for auth context from, okay. And from the context, let's read the user property. Okay. So now I have user information. Okay. Now what I will do, my access by, okay, for my demo, I can expect two kind of values. Okay. So let's check what are those values I will expect. I will like, I will make a rule like non-authenticated. Okay. So that represents uh, routes will be accessed by only non-authenticated users, like login page. Only non-authenticated user only have to access the login page. Okay. At that time, if user data not exist, that means user is not logged in and he is trying to access the non-authenticated page. Then we can simply return the children. Okay. Else if. Okay. Another case, I will assume like authenticated. That means user is authenticated. So authenticated users can access only authenticated pages like uh, in our case favorite movies. Okay. So at that time user must be authenticated, right? In that case also I will return simply children. Okay. Next global case. Either if non-authenticated user is there and contains user information means user is logged in and trying to access the login page. At that time, I have to redirect him back to, in our case, I will redirect him back to home page because home page can be accessed by any person, right? So I will redirect. Same way, if user is authenticated, sorry, if access by value is authenticated, but user is not authenticated and trying to access the favorite movie page. At that time also, I want to redirect back him to my home page. So here global case, I will write like return. So for redirection, I can use a component like navigate, okay, that loads from a React router now. And here I can specify to and the path. I simply specifying home path, it should be redirected. Okay. So this is my protected logic. Okay. So here access by is my own convention. Okay. In general, you can apply more rules based on user roles like that. Okay. So this is a simple example how to protect the route I am showing. Okay. So now I have created the protected routes. Okay. So now I have to wrap it around the element. Okay. So in app component, if you see for route, we are rendering element, right? So instead of directly giving our component, page component, we have to wrap it around our protected route. Okay, protected route. And inside of it, add our component whichever we want. So if you observe, now this is the children, right? So here I mentioned, right, children means nothing but the component, page component we want to render. Okay. So access by is my custom property. You can you can write your own logic. Okay. So I will give, so login page should be accessed by non-authenticated, right? So I will pass like non-authenticated. Okay. Same way for favorite movies also, I can wrap it with protected routes. Okay. And access by property. And this should be accessed by authenticated. Okay. And home page is like everyone. So I no need to give any protected route here. So I can simply leave like this only. Okay, now if I test, if I go to once reload the page, I am authenticated. And if I try to access the login page, I will immediately redirect back to my home page. See, I'm trying to access the login page. See, but I am landed to home page. That is because of my protected route. So this is a simple idea I am giving. This is not exact code. Okay, you can implement your own code based on user roles and user permissions. All those permissions, all the logic can be implemented here. Okay, so that's about the protected routes. And let's finally finish off this video by implementing the logic for logout. Okay, since I don't have any logout API. Okay, actually we should have a logout API in real-time example, but my Next.js application, I don't have any logout API. But what I will do, I will simply clear the local storage and this user variable in my auth context page file. Okay, so here what I will do, I will create a one more method like logout. Okay, so actually if you have a API call for logout, invoke it. For our demo, we don't have any API call. Okay. So ignore API call logic. Now, after success of API call, we have to first remove the local storage, our tokens. We have set, right? So local storage dot remove item and pass the token name. And also we have to reset our user state. Okay, user variable we have to remove and I will simply pass the null value. Okay. Now after successful logout, I can navigate to my home page, any page, whatever page you want. Okay. So this is my logic, and we have to expose our logout method also through the value property of our auth context provider. Okay. Now let's go to our layout where we have our nav bar. Okay. So here let's add, I want at the end logout button. So here add button. Okay. Is imported as imported. Okay. And variant, let's give primary for now. And type I want button. Okay. This will be a logout button. And I want to access the logout method here. For that, I can read logout also here. Okay. Since it is a single line of code, what I will do, I will directly assign it for the on click event. Okay. So on click logout button. Okay. What I will do, I will write a arrow function. In that arrow function, I will simply call the logout method. Okay. And one more thing, this button must be appear only when the user is logged in, right? So check for user variable and exist in that expression, add our button as a second value so that it will render. Okay. So now let's test it. Now here you can see the logout button. If I click on logout, see favorite movies and the email address is gone. And here you can see login. And we are navigate back to the landing page. And if you go to application and if you check here local storage, there is no token. That means we are successfully implemented our logout logic. Okay. So that's all about a sample implementing JWT token authentication and refresh token usage in a ReactJS application. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video delivered some useful content to you all. If you like the video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel, and even to encourage me more, please do like and share the video so that I can create more new videos. Okay. Soon we are going to meet with new videos. Until then, signing off. Thank you.